from Ukraine.
From Ukraine? You are a correspondent?
You are from Spanish public broadcaster?
Public news agency.
In TV channel, the flag of the Zambia, Tone United News, covering for public broadcaster and news agencies because for Ukraine, Israel, news agencies right now united under the.
It's a beautiful flag.
How long have you been?
October.
Have a presence here before, or what?
Is it better?
Here before this?
It's better, הכי כאן?
לי זה לא משנה.
מה, בדקתי
פה
איתך
איציק?
כבר.
אני?
בדקתי איתך את הדגל.
אבל אני אומר שזה לא משנה לי. הוא רצה להזיז את זה. אני ניטרלי.
זה ניטרלי.
לא, אנחנו בחוץ.
הכי טוב ניטרלי.
הוא הכי כאן.
פייסבוק, פשוט לא.
פייסבוק, יוטיוב, and 400 channels.
Because sometimes when it's not allowed, it's important that they are here.
Questions?
Yeah, today is without question and also it's
There is no
allowed.
Q&A.
Only statements.
תמיד תדאג, הם בי.
תקשיב, זה מטורף.
מה שאני...
מה זה?
זהו, היה פה שערה. ה-OCD שלי שיגע אותי.
מה נשמע?
הזמביזם. זמביאנים.
כן, לא נורא, לא נורא. רציתי...
השם שלו זמבים?
ליד קריית שמונה, אם אתה יכול לעשות.
The Zambians?
קריית שמונה זה רחוק, יש לך קשרים עד חדרה אתה. בסוף הגיעו ב3 לפנות בוקר למתקן גבעון הזה.
I'm good.
לא נראה לי שמישהו היה לו את זה בכלל.
מישהו רוצה, כן.
Actually, we're just about to start some statements with the foreign minister.
כן.
מה זה היה?
אוי, זה פס.
מה עולה?
כן, וגם אתה במתח כל 4 שעות, שעוד רגע זה יקרה.
I'll tell you this, there's nothing much at the moment. Like, I would wait for her to run in Paris, if anything. But besides that, nothing has really moved.
ראיתי שהוא מחוץ ל...
היא 1, 2, 3. טוב, אני תכף מתחיל פה מסיבת גדעון סער.
In the next 2 days, they'll be gone.
יאללה, שיהיה לך יום נהדר, ביי אחי.
Because they'll stand in front of some sort of a judiciary proceeding and they'll just be deported without. It's the how do you call it? The correct practice or
ראית מה היא שלחה? מורן.
the right way of doing it. Judiciary, you have to give them time to appeal this and that. They could have just left, but they decided to continue the fact.
היוטיוב רואים אבל בפייסבוק?
No, close those.
אני בא, בינתיים אבל אף אחד לא מגיע, אני בשוק.
לא, אולי באנו...
On our end, at the end of the day, we just want to get them out of here and that's it. We want to kick them out. Yeah, they were. They were, because they were towing the boat, they had to do it very carefully, so it took a while to get back. I will. All right, not a problem. Sure.
Now I'm listening.
You remember
One.
this white button?
Yes.
Yeah,
I
I'll talk
was
with the
with Mick, but also here.
Ah, me. So you're press?
Or is better
Okay,
line?
just make,
For you?
line.
I put line.
Line.
Line is better.
So the white button needs to be out.
Outside. Out. Better.
Yeah.
I listen something.
לא, זה פשוט מגוחך.
לא.
חדר הנקה. זה מגוחך.
באמת?
כאילו, תמיד נכנסות בזמן הלא... כאילו, פה הצהרות וזה פתאום אחרי זה, אתה זה מישהי לענק.
או 76 או...
רוצים מקום אחר, והיה לי מקום, לא סבבה לזה.
For one
Yeah,
day?
for me.
Oh no, like the whole day, but I was
For
parking
me
only for
also.
3 hours.
For me also, my boss told me, Didi, could you park in another place? And I said, it was. He was.
בסדר, you not pay, the channel will pay, no?
Yeah, no, it's okay, but...
No, but my boss asked me about
Because
said
it's
that
expensive.
It's expensive.
It's very expensive. Now, if you want to reduce the price, you need to buy a ticket to the cinema. And then they won't charge you anything.
Yeah, but we,
But
we should
you
go
go to
all.
the cinema, every item.
אבל הכרטיס לסרט עולה פחות מהחניה, אני חושב.
כן, 40 שקל.
תן כרטיס, תן לאיזה חייל משהו.
It's better even to buy a ticket, to give it to somebody, and then you cut the price for half.
Wow.
Yeah. That's why I'm rich, because I have this mathematic brain. It's not easy for everybody to become rich, I know, but you need special
Do you have
thinking.
the Einstein?
Yeah, I have it in my mind.
למה אנחנו לא משלמים את זה בזום לאנשים בזמביה?
שנייה, רגע.
האלה, כאילו, דביים לגמרי, זמביה זה מערב.
יש לנו רואה איתו את הסרט, הוא כבר לא אומר
לא, הסרט...
צפון אמריקה.
לא, הסרט... לא נראה לי רואה.
תגידי עכשיו, מה היום?
See,
דקה, היא מדברת איתי על...
I was taking weeks. Yesterday I was off and the flu. So you always missing something, but this was a very tough fight.
Yes. And also
With IDF, with this tunnel below the hospital. It's amazing, it's a city.
we saw only a small.
You saw only the open?
Open and one room. The room was
100-meter tunnel.
entrance.
You walk 100 meters.
יש לנו, we have a small delay.
That's good.
Okay, sorry for that. Just remind me the...
AP, AFP,
Who is AP?
אני.
למה?
אז היא אמרה לך EFE. אפל.
אפל, מריה.
Magda.
No, Maria is the boss. No, Reuters?
Reuters didn't come today, I don't know why, probably.
לא להתעסק בזה?
Few minutes.
אני לא בשלוש, בארבע. Few minutes.
60 minutes.
Israeli few minutes.
I think Spanish few.
אז קניתי בזה. אני אגיד לך מה, אני באמת אומר לך, את יודעת מה, למה הם כל הזמן?
The South Africa, for example, I ask him, when you gonna come?
יש 545 מיליון.
Just now.
זה לא,
Like 5 hours.
הוא לא אמור לטפל בדברים האלה.
Just now can be in the next 24 hours.
זה לא נכס. זה תיירות. אתה מבין, זה לא נכס, זה כזה דיפץ פלאפי כזה.
And how was the sea? Was it high? Go and swim?
אנחנו צריכים להיות רחוק מדיפץ. דיפץ זה פלאפי.
ליד הזה, you were on the hill.
ליד השפעה, זה הדבר הראשון שאני בטוח.
That's near.
זה כל כך.
The other side is just on the beach.
אנחנו חוט מדינית. אנחנו לא, כאילו, קייטלין ג'אנר, תקשיבי, שם. למה? יש זיליון עבודה. באמת קייטלין ג'אנר לטפל בדיבות ובדברים האלה. זה כמויות בלתי נגמרות של עבודה. יש מיליון דברים מה לעשות, ופשוט אין לנו כלים לזה. היא לא צריכה לארגן לה רעיונות בערוץ 2 ובמקביל ב-CNN טראבל. זה משהו, תקשיב, משרד התיירות, למה אני אומר משרד התיירות? זה לא של מכירה, זה העבודה של יעל. היא מנהלת את האגף שמביאה את זה. זוגתי.
דניאל, מה המצב?
אלי, ראש אגף ביקורים במשרד התיירות. זו העבודה שלה. יש לה צוות.
לא, אנחנו יחד עם משרד התיירות.
אתה יכול לדבר עם אסנת?
אובייסלי, הם לא עושים כלום. הדוברת שם גם...
היא בוועד.
תקשיבי, תתרחקי ממנה.
הנה, אני אומר לך, שנייה.
השפעה אנושית.
באמת?
דוברת ארגון. דיברת כאילו, בסת בשוק.
5499 840. בסדר, מה זה חובות?
מתי הם משדרים את זה?
נכון, אוקיי. כמה אנחנו משלמים? 250?
לא ראיתי ששידרו, ראיתי את הלינק.
כן.
יופי, נו, יש תגובות.
הבנתי, זה הזמן לעזור. טוב, תודה אחי. ביי, ביי.
Hello, everyone. Who would like to start? Hello, everyone. The Minister of Foreign Affairs, Gideon Saar, and the Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Zambia, Mulambo Haimbi, will give their statements now. Mr. Saar, please.
It is my honor to welcome Zambia's Foreign Minister, Mulambo Haimbi, to Jerusalem, our eternal capital. I'd like to begin with condolences on behalf of the people and government of Israel for the passing of former President Edgar Lungu a few days ago. President Lungu opened Zambia's embassy in Israel. Our thoughts are with the people of Zambia and the President's family. Minister, this is your first visit to Israel. I believe it symbolizes a new stage in relations between our nations, and I'm happy that you were able to see some biblical sites in Jerusalem and in Samaria. These relations go back to Zambia's independence in 1964. Zambia's first president, Kenneth Kaunda, formed relations with Israel and was a true friend. That spirit of friendship continues today under President Ichilama. I commend Zambia for its moral stance alongside Israel in the ICJ, opposing the political procedure against Israel there. Minister, in the past, we had an embassy in Zambia. It was closed a long time ago, decades ago. That was a mistake. Now I'm fixing it. It is my honor and privilege to open a new Israeli embassy in Lusaka, Zambia's capital. I intend to come to Zambia and inaugurate the embassy in August. This important step will bring our nations closer. On Sunday, the Israeli government approved my proposal to appoint Ofra Fahi as our resident ambassador to Zambia. Ambassador Fahi served as our non-resident ambassador to your country in recent years. She has a strong knowledge of our relations, and I'm convinced that she will succeed in her position. In our meeting, we discuss expanding partnerships, including in agriculture, health, water management, and more. We discussed the trauma unit Israel is establishing in a hospital in Livingstone. This will directly contribute to the local health system. Israel is proud to help its friends. Relations between our countries are not only based on common interests, they are rooted in shared values. These are relations between two nations of believers, believers in ancient traditions based on our Bible. Deepening relations with Zambia is part of our strategy for 2025 to strengthen Israel's engagement with the African continent. In the past, relations between Israel and Africa flourished. Unfortunately, they decreased with the years. We are now changing direction. Israel is committed to bringing home all of its hostages. We discussed it in our meeting. Israel has demonstrated that commitment once again in the past week. In two special operations, Israeli forces returned the bodies of two Israeli hostages, Judy Weinstein and Gadi Hagai, and the Thai hostage, Natapong Pinta. In a few minutes, we will hold a ceremony at Ben Gurion Airport to mark the return of his body to Thailand. Israel is serious in its will to secure a hostage deal. There has recently been certain progress. In light of past experience, I don't want to overstate it at this point. But we are interested in reaching a deal which will include a ceasefire. We are committed to to bringing all of our hostages home, alive and dead. This morning, Israeli forces attacked terror targets of the Houthis in the Hodeidah port. The Houthis threaten the stability of the Middle East, Africa, and international shipping lanes. They use the civil port for the purposes of terror. They have attacked Israel since October 7th, unprovoked, even though we share no border. They continue to fire missiles and drones at our communities. Israel will continue to fight terror in all forms and on all fronts. On early Sunday morning, the selfie yacht, a PR stunt, was safely brought to the shores of Israel by the IDF. Greta, persona non grata, received food and good treatment. Israel acted in a peaceful manner. I want to be clear, this persona non grata will not be allowed to stay in Israel. Greta departed Israel for Sweden earlier today. Another person departed, and 2 others will leave later today. Member of the European Parliament, Rima Hassan, has so far refused to sign deportation documents, as have 7 others. According to Israeli law, they should be brought before a judicial authority to authorize their deportation. Greta and her friends brought in a tiny amount of aid on their celebrity yacht. They did not help the people of Gaza. This was nothing but a ridiculous gimmick, a publicity stunt, and nothing more. In any case, it's our intention to deliver to Gaza the tiny amount of aid on the yacht that they did not consume. But over 1,208 trucks entered Gaza from Israel within the last 2 weeks. Over 11 million meals were directly delivered to the civilians of Gaza by the GHF on top of it. Finally, we were informed about UK decision to include 2 of our ministers on the British sanctions list. It is outrageous that elected representatives and members of the government are subjected to this kind of measures. I discussed it earlier today with Prime Minister Netanyahu, and we will hold a special government meeting early next week to decide on our response to this unacceptable decision. Thank you.
Thank you, Minister. Please, Minister.
Thank you very much. Your Excellency, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Mr. Gideon Saar, Excellencies from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and directors within the ministry, and shall I simply say all senior officials present, members of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Let me begin by acknowledging with the deepest of thanks your condolences on the passing of our former president, Mr. Edgar Chagwa Lungu, who passed on 2 days ago. Also, we take your condolences as a sign of our continued strong relations. And indeed, in the same vein, Your Excellency, Zambia wishes to convey once again sincere condolences on the loss of lives stemming from the 7th October attack by Hamas on the State of Israel. Zambia further wishes to put on record her wishes for a safe return of the remaining hostages, as you have mentioned, Honorable Minister, whether living or otherwise, who are still being held in captivity. I also want to take this opportunity to convey fraternal, warm greetings from the people of Zambia and His Excellency President Hakainde Hichilema to you, the people of the State of Israel, and indeed echo the sentiments by the Honorable Minister about our long-standing relations, spanning back to the very day of our independence. Our visit here, my visit here, is intended as a reaffirmation of our friendship and our long-standing relations. The government of Zambia is deeply honored to have been invited to visit the State of Israel. This is my first visit, as you mentioned, and has been a very profound experience to learn the history of this beautiful state. And of course, to be able to attach the biblical teachings to some of the physical sites that we have visited. Indeed, it was very touching to visit the important sites within Jerusalem. And certainly, I will be back to further foster these close relations that we have. Your Excellency, this invitation not only underscores the ever-growing bilateral relations between Zambia and the State of Israel, but is demonstrative of the mutual cooperation and the potential that the two countries share. We would want to strengthen our relations in mutual partnerships that are beneficial to the private sector as well as generally to the peoples of the two countries. Your Excellency, I also wish to commend and thank the State of Israel for, and in particular yourself, Honorable Minister, for the decision to open a permanent resident diplomatic mission in Zambia, which enhances the principle of reciprocity, as well as will help deepen the existing cordial relations. May I congratulate the ambassador-designate who served in non-resident capacity, Ambassador Ofra Fahi, who we look forward to receiving with both hands. And at the same time, let me also say that we look forward to your visit as you come to open the embassy. Zambia has a lot to offer, including many tourist opportunities that maybe you'll have an opportunity to see firsthand as you come to visit Lusaka, possibly Livingston and other areas. In short, you are most welcome. I'll also want to take this opportunity to appreciate the many areas of assistance that we receive from the State of Israel. I have in mind, in particular, the training of Zambian students in agro-studies at the Ramat Negev International Training Center for Advanced Agriculture under the auspices of Mashav, which currently has a total of 130 students from Zambia. Your Excellency, I'm aware that there are challenges around our students which my government is deeply concerned about, but which we'll work around the clock to resolve. Your continued support in other sectors, including technology transfer, agriculture, water harvesting technologies, medicine, and education, is highly appreciated. In particular, Your Excellency, Honorable Minister, the trauma unit that is due to be opened in Livingston will go a long way in saving the lives of our young Zambians, which then speaks to the future. And so it's particularly important to us. And we say thank you once again to the people of Israel for that wonderful gesture. My government is also deeply grateful for the continued treatment of Zambian children with complicated heart conditions at Save a Child's Heart organization within Israel. And I cannot overemphasize our gratefulness for that. Including, of course, the training of doctors and other experts at the Edith Wolfson Medical Center here in Israel. What does this say to us all, and in particular to Zambians out there? It says that we have a friend in Israel, in the state of Israel. It says that we have friends in the people of Israel. And similarly, you have friends in the people of Zambia. This we must cherish and strengthen through various forms of partnership, including on the multilateral stage and in our interactions in international organizations. We, as Zambia, reiterate our support and commitment in that regard. Your Excellency, let me close by once again assuring the State of Israel and the people of Israel of Zambia's continued support, as I have already indicated. I thank you very much for your kind attention. Thank you.
Thank you, Minister.
Thank you, ministers. This press event is now over. Thank you.